What is going on, everybody? Wired here. I hope you guys are having an excellent, wonderful, fantastic day. And today I want to talk a little bit about Mr. Steven Crowder. As many of you may know, he's a conservative commentator. He is from Louder Crowder. He goes around to college campuses, does the whole Change My Mind series. And in recent months, he's been in a little bit of hot water. At first, it was his whole controversy with the Daily Wire, and he was railing against them for saying they're really mainstream big tech. Really in kind of a ploy where he wasn't getting enough money for a contract that they offered him, so he obviously declined it, which is totally fine. Hey, go capitalism, all that type of stuff. But lately, it has been a video with him and his wife in not so great of a light. So I kind of want to watch this a little bit, commentate on it. But first, if you haven't, if you wouldn't mind, please like the video. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the algorithm. And yeah, without that out of the way, let's get into what Mr. Steven Crowder has to say, his statement about his divorce.
I commented on my ongoing divorce on Tuesday, requesting privacy in the best interest of the family, but also by court order agreed upon by all parties. Look, broken marriages are ugly, and in them people do ugly things. Myself, of course.
I'll just pause it real quick. I agree with him 100%, but also, the odd thing is here, he shouldn't really be commentating on this because his wife's lawyers have reached out and said, do not comment on this, and he's kind of ignored them and done it anyway. You try to paint her in a certain light. But, yeah, let's keep going.
Included, I would never claim otherwise. However, due to recent misleadingly edited leaks to the tabloid press without context and not subject to consequences of the court, well, if not privacy, the next best option is truth. So today, I have filed a motion to officially unseal all files as they relate to the matter of legal record. Finances, relevant medical records, including mental health history or evaluations, depositions, and any motions or sanctions from the courts of Texas. I will not be leaking private marital information to the press, but if the privacy agreements are not respected by all parties, I will address all that is a matter of irrefutable legal record in full context next week.
So, kind of what he's saying there is he's definitely nuked his marriage and his relationship with his wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife. And he's gone against the lawyer recommendations of her to leak this stuff out. Which, again, I guess is his right to do if he wants to suffer legal ramifications. But obviously, as you all know, this is not the true thing that we want to talk about, because there is a leaked door cam video where Steven Crowder is not too kind to his wife. So I'm going to play that for you real quick. Let's take a look at it.
Because I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There is no groceries. I do have
steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you man? How do you man? You see love and respect. No. How do you man? No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
you're not taking the car.
Steven.
You are not.
Then I will ask them to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not about Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven.
Okay, I do want to say this is a little bit ridiculous here. One, Steven Crowder is a multimillionaire. I don't know why they only have one car. And I would never suggest my pregnant wife to take an Uber when I could just drive her someplace, or she could take the car herself. And yeah, the fact that they only have one car is kind of crazy, but yeah, let's keep going.
I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like, I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
Steven.
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Steven.
And I don't know too much about this. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist. To quote Dr. Grande, I'm not diagnosing anybody, only speculating. But this is kind of, I think, classic gaslighting.
The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline and respect.
Yeah.
There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
Hillary,
Stephen?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it, you go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right. We're at an impasse. Become someone, listen to me, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not gonna.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to it. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna just
walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs take? No, you take Betty.
Wow. So, yeah, that's a lot. Definitely doesn't portray Mr. Steven Crowder in the best light. And honestly, it makes him look like a narcissistic piece of garbage who is very manipulative. And we've heard a little bit from like Daily Wire, people who've worked with him, people have come out and said that he's a bit of a diva. However, and not to defend Steven Crowder too much, but this is a 3.5-minute clip. And it doesn't look good for him. But I'm not going to say that you can get the entire context of a relationship, especially one that's been going on for what, like 10, 12 years, something like that, within a 3.5-minute clip. I've, been in an abusive relationship before. I understand gaslighting. I do feel bad for his wife, and you would think somebody of his status, one, would have another car, because that just makes sense, and would have a little more sympathy for his wife, being that she's got to be 7-8 months pregnant in this clip. I mean, she looks, about ready to pop, so to speak. And he's kind of nagging her about really petty things. However, this is 3 minutes of a 12-year relationship, so I think it really is kind of hard to judge. It definitely doesn't paint him in a favorable light. I'm not trying to excuse his behavior. I'm just saying we don't see the beginning of this argument. We don't see the end of it. So I'm trying to be very objective here, not excusing his behavior, because from what we've seen in the clip, his behavior is not very good. It's kind of inexcusable, especially tack on that his wife's pregnant. Not a good look, but I know anyone who's probably been in a long-term relationship, as I have a couple times, I've said some bad things to my partner. My partner has said some bad things to me. Sometimes you're in a heated argument, you're in the heat of the moment. You don't always do the right thing, say the right thing. That's always a thing. I've actually had my whole life attempted to be destroyed off of a bad relationship. I'll tell you the story, I guess, real quick before I end this. Going out with this girl for a year. I was 18. We were both 18. We were both in college. Freshman year. And she was really upset about her uncle passing away in a car accident, which was, it's pretty tragic, honestly. And I offered my condolences, but I was 18. I didn't really know what else to do about that. And it had been a couple months. And she didn't feel like I was supportive enough about her uncle passing away. One day we got into an argument about it, and I watched her beat herself into a steering wheel and wanted to go around and tell everybody I was beating her. I watched her literally bash herself into a steering wheel over it. Luckily, a couple days later, we ended the relationship for good. But I still, suffered a lot from her lies and stuff like that. I'm not saying that's necessarily the case with Steven Crowder. I'm just saying there's a lot of context always within relationships that you don't really see. Was I perfect in that relationship? No, definitely not. I think I was really too immature at 18 to handle a long-term relationship. And I had to deal with a lot too much of the temptations of being in college and all that. Newfound freedom. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of nuances. It doesn't look good for Steven Crowder. I'm not a huge Steven Crowder fan. I don't think it really looks good for him at all. But I'm just going to say that even though this 3-minute clip really paints him out to be a narcissistic, abusive type of person, it is only 3 minutes in a 12-year relationship. I really hope everything works out for him, his wife, his kids. They can separate amicably, and hopefully they can get another vehicle. That's all I got for you. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for listening this long. Later.